Good afternoon. I am Adventure Argonaut. This is Rogue Trader, and I think we're closing in on chapter 3 finally after a trillion hours. And oh yeah, I did remember to check after my last stream that I have like 95 hours on Steam already playing this game. And I guess I hope we're halfway through or something, so it might still take a while. But as long as I'm having fun, doesn't really matter that it's long as fuck. And my streams are working, so let's play the game. Yeah, we are on the footfall station, and we somehow have to enlist the help of the Adeptus Mechanicus for the ice planet to terraform it. Like, I sort of checked online, it said I have to talk to somebody here, but I'm not sure, like, do we have to like accept a contract or something? Just here, contract. Is it like one of melting the ice? Okay. Oh, fuck you, game. They should have told me that, like, somehow, like, okay, this is how you do it. Like that. That's bullshit. Okay, the rogue trader has turned to sublime minds of magi explorators. May they employ the blessed machines of the Adeptus Mechanicus to melt the centuries-old layer of ice encasing a lost and forgotten imperial world. What would be an unbearable burden for a commoner is just another task for a servant of the Omnisia. The explorators offer prayers to the machine spirits as they prepare for this unorthodox planetary scale mission. Okay. So what now? Okay, we melted the ice. So let's go talk, since we are here, like talk to these tech priest guys. Okay, we got some profits in. The collected data is of interest, significant, compliant. Okay, I think it's the same. So I guess now we are supposed to go to the planet.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
That used to be frozen. Like, that's fucking BS. Like, it's okay now that I've done it. It sort of makes sense, but I think the game should tell me, because usually I think that's basically just trading these contracts. Like, I don't think they usually affect the actual world in some significant manner. Basically, like, usually it's like you give some resources, get some other resources back, or use some profit score and then you get some resources or something like that. Since we are here, let's check one more time that we cannot talk to these guys. Yep, nope. So I have to go to the 100 Dreams corridor, and then I guess back to Drusus to the inauguration ceremony. So where is the... Here. Okay, it's this far. Still says not explored, but I still think that's explored. This is Foul Stone. Let's double check all these, but they should be done. Everything should be maxed out except the few heretical missions or quests, projects. But anyway, I don't want to do the heretical ones because I'm a good boy. Oh, colony rewards. Okay, that is. Okay, I think that's like, you know, every, I don't know, is it every month or something? They might give me some stuff like that. Fine. All right. So this is 100 dreams, I guess, here and here. Okay, Martyrium released us from its grip. Let's do a save, since we traveled a few worlds already. What does this place have? Stuff. And that's 100 dreams. Oh, Weeble 6 colony event requires our attention. While traveling through the Immaterium, the crew on duty loading base. Okay, yeah, we got in this event before, but so we have to go to Weeble. Explosive situation. Fine, okay. I guess we have to go there before doing the ceremony. I want everything to be fine and dandy, but of course first we go here. Check out this planet. I hope we get something cool. Pardon the pun. It was not intended. That's what I'm looking for, but I don't know if it's cool anymore anyways, because it's, you know, should be melted, right? The ice. Your crew is treated to an amazing sight, the armory world, which spent decades under layers of thickly packed ice, blooms before them like a carpet of black flowers, revealing hundreds of Imperium supply bases amidst the melting snow breath. They are practically untouched by time. No, I don't want to pillage it. Let's report the world to the representatives of the Adeptus Administratum. The Imperium will not forget your noble act. They promise award you commendation as soon as passage from the Cronus Expanse becomes available. Lathe Culverin, short-range dorsal macro cannons. Okay, let's see if that's good. What's this? Oh, we get weapons. Right, let's go check out the weapon. Maybe I wanna reconsider still. So this one doesn't. No, it's short range and like it's 2 shots, but the damage is like 50 altogether. So it's less than the dorsal lens. I don't like it. No. Then let's try the pillage option instead. Because we worked hard for this, I want something nice. He works hard for the money, so you better give him loot. He works hard for the honey, hard for the money. So you better give me some loot. Okay, pillage the world using scouting and assault troops. What's this? Quick firing las pistol. Sucks. Emerald Cherub, whatever. Ring grants the wearer +5 fellowship, increases resolve by 1. Okay, might be. And mobile extracting. Yes, we want extracting this, and then we can still get some weapons from there. Yeah, I think that's better. Like, of course, like if it says that the Imperium will not forget, maybe later on there would be something, but I don't really trust that sort of promises from games. Sometimes they actually matter. Or maybe they will give me like, you know, $5 later down the line. So fellowship. At least there's somebody who might benefit from the ring. I don't know if he needs fellowship for anything, but I don't know if there. What's her persuasion? It's 120, so it would go down to 150. I guess, like overall, this, you know, fellowship affects more skills than persuasion. So who should we give the persuasion ring to? I guess nobody really needs it. Well, we have this thing and this, because she has much better stuff. Yeah, well, why would she need persuasion ever? Or her? Fine, I guess. So now we have to go to Weeboo system to quell the rebellion or whatever is going on there. And then go back to Dargonus and hope that no other planet blows up in the meantime. Okay, yeah, so is this is Weeboo. Okay, it's not that far. I guess we can, since we have so much of that stuff, let's make it a bit safer. Because it's good to have steady connections between our systems, you know. During the warp voyage, the Navigator's Sanctum reported there are warp reefs right on the ship's course, the fragments of the Sea of Souls given material form. The Navigator might either steer the ship past the dangerous region or risk approaching the ragged formation to gain valuable insight. Okay, lore warp 100. Approach the warp reef. Following the captain's orders and navigator's instructions, void ship approached the warp reef. Ooh, navigator's insight 6. Damn, we are drowning in richness right now. And past the sharp formation without brushing against a single one. No one on board noticed anything in particular, but it became a momentous event for the navigator, who gained a special understanding of warp emanations. Yes, that's cool. Oh, there's provisions on this world that we could. Well, we have so many provisions. Where's the majority? Janus. I guess that makes sense, yes. Okay, nothing really happened. So let's see what's wrong here. And there's nothing, even like nothing to mine or anything here. No, nothing to extract. Requires Lord Captain's decision. The workers at one of the Prometheum stations are revolting because of life-threatening working conditions. They are threatening to detonate the fuel stores unless their demands are met. Oh, we don't get any So if we use force, we get Prometheum, lose security and complacency. Okay, I don't want to lose security. Make concessions. We gain complacency, but we use efficiency and security. Okay, then I think, yeah, we're gonna lose security no matter what, so we should use force. Like, losing complacency is good, I think. The colony bleeds, people are desperate, and the sight of armed enforcers no longer frightens them. The Prometheum reserves burn away in the fires of rebellion. What? Okay, well, is that like random? The game promised me that I would get some, or is it like random? I wanna see again. That's weird. So is that just like a potentiality of what we might get? Or is it because our, I don't know, complacency or security is too low or something? I know, it's minus, so times, what? X minus 3, what does it mean? Like, is it times minus 3 Promethean, but it says gain. It doesn't make sense. Complacency. Let's try again. Whatever. We have to kill more people, clearly. Maybe it's because I have like the Butcher of Weebu 6 trait or something like that, I think. What? Yeah, you shouldn't show any, kindness towards these people. Scum, scum, scum. Mundus Valentius. During the warp voyage, the middle decks reported strange gatherings that were attracting dozens of officers. An investigation quickly bore fruit. One of the acolytes from the Ogre deck has proclaimed himself a prophet and rambling up purification of blessed fire. Only the perilous influence of the warp can explain the strange convictions and uncanny zeal of this person. No, just gonna coercion, yeah. Dispose of the stuff, yeah. The mysterious disappearance of the prophet and the more frequent inspections of decks and living quarters quickly put an end to the growing popularity of the sect. After a few days, the people who visited the gatherings preferred to simply put the episode behind them. Yeah. Alright. Time to go do the stupid ceremony. I wonder, like, what sort of a surprise will there be? Will, like, chaos cultists attack, or I don't know, there's gonna be a riot or something, or maybe the surprise is that it's just gonna be really fucking boring. I freaking clicked on that. Let's take Earliet away from our party for now. Let's use Idira. Like, if there's a ambush or something, then she can warn us about that. It worked on Footfall, at least. The game is loading very ominously. The game loaded ominously, quoth the Raven, Demi Moore. the people cheering or jeering? Glory to the great rogue trader. So... why did the game tell me to come here even though there's nothing here? I should have just gone straight to the palace. But like the quest icon was on this part. I didn't see anybody to talk to or anything. Nor did any events occur. Dum 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 dum. I guess just have to talk to. Well, let's see. Achilles. Like, how has he recovered from his wounds, and does he? I don't know. Has he learned anything useful? Nope. Screw you then. Your lordship, I hope you stay on Argonaut. Okay, well, how do we start the ceremony? Throne room. Grand ceremony is about to take place in Argonaut. Obviously, so master of ceremony. So this is the guy we have to talk to, I guess. The servant in fine clothes offers you a deep bow. Your lordship, it is a great honor to serve you in an undertaking as monumental and glorious as the Magna Accessio ceremony. You have been entrusted with arranging the festivities. I have indeed, your lordship. I have been given the high honor of being steward on this eminent palace, and on the occasion of your lordship's accession, I will be overseeing the preparations for the ceremony. House Sauerbach, to whom you entrusted the arrangement of the festivities, wishes that the Emperor's favor would be with you on this momentous day. Is everything ready? Palace decorations are prepared and we are ready to begin at your command. The festive activities in the capital have likewise been arranged, and the guests of honor either have arrived on the planet or are awaiting invitation near orbit. The servants are already in your chambers to see to it that you are impeccably garbed, not garbled, for the occasion. Let us begin. Ooh, XP. May the Emperor be with us on us this day, well, whatever. Alright. So what's gonna happen? Show me game. Rejoice, Von Valence's subjects, in honor of his ascension, the new rogue trader generously shows you his favor. In the name of our prosperity and the triumph of justice, these profaners, traitors, and embezzlers shall face their stern execution. Inform the authorities of any transgressor you know. Praise the rogue trader who cleanses our homes of parasites and predators. Much better than Donald Trump. As leader, I mean. Splot. For the Emperor. The crowd below is roiling, their electrified exultation filling the air of Dargonus. Thousands of throats chant your name. You are at the apex of this world and all others. Master of Ceremonies, amplified by 100 voxes, the voice of the Master of Ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonus, you have been granted the felicity of witnessing your master, a great honor bestowed upon us by rogue trader Adolf Argonaut von Valancius. Gracious savior of Dargonus, vanquisher of blaspheming inhumans, may their unholy kind perish in the flames of righteousness. You made it to Dargonus before it could be devastated by the Drukhari. Cleanser of Janus, who with one hand brought death upon the blaspheming Xenos and with the other exterminated the despicable worshippers of the archenemy. So yeah, we destroyed the Eldaris there, and oh yeah, Vistenza Wyatt was killed on Janus. Okay, yes. A hush falls over the crowd who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from the recent battle on Dargonus. Like children, they await the word of their Almighty Father. Boring iconoclast. This is like, who would actually do this except for out of curiosity? Like, turn to the Master of Ceremonies, speak right into the rocks. Am I expected to say something to them? I won't talk to the rabble, take it away. So, like, I don't know, I'm so edgy. Anyway, I want to see what the heretical option is, just out of curiosity. Remember that you have no other ruler but me. For any who dare to forget this, the howls of demons from the warp will sound like babbling of babes. The Xenos blades will seem like a soft feather bed compared to the horror of the punishment I'll inflict. Okay. So we're playing God, basically. Thou shalt not have other gods before me or something. But yeah, of course, dogmatic. Praise the Emperor, faithful souls. The darkness around us may be fierce, but the blaze in our hearts is fiercer still. Evil will burn. The crowd erupts in a frenzied cries. Hundreds of people pull out knives and with ardent, jubilant house to carve crude, bleeding Aquilas on their faces, sharing in the martyrdom of the protector of humankind, the God Emperor. So much gold and white. Cassia stares at the crowd, enraptured. It seems this massive gathering of exulting people is just as exotic and captivating to her as the sight of a bona fide navigator. A representative of the mysterious and powerful Navis nobility is to your subjects. Making sign of the Aquila, Argenta shouts out, Emperor, keep the von Valancius dynasty. The crowd zealously picks up the chant, repeating it. The Master of Ceremonies bows to you with great reverence. Let the oath of the von Valancius dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me, your lordship. I, Adolf Argonaut, rogue trader by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Okay, I'm gonna say that. I, Adolf Argonaut, rogue trader by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Your lips repeat the words of the ancient oath. Unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first in the darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to boldly go where no man has gone before, to boldly hold the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble, it is the roar of the sea of subjects. With jubilation and devout fear they welcome your ascension. It is done. So is that really it? No assassin, no Xenos, no chaos cultists? Let's do a save. I guess there's still time for something to go wrong. Like, you know, if nothing happens, I'm sort of pleasantly surprised by the subversion that nothing bad is happening, but then again, it's nice when I don't know if there's a sudden assassination attempt or something. Oh, we can't even talk to her. Your gathering looks odd than usual. I will remember this. Statue formerly please the eye of Xenos now adorns the so wait, those are okay, those are Eldari. The exotic statue which formerly pleased the eyes of Xenos now adorns the palace of this dynasty of glorious explorers of the Corona's expanse. And yeah, they're shooting. The noble features of this guardian of humanity burn with righteous fury and stern resolve. Yeah, looks badass. What entertainment may I offer you? Yeah. Greetings, your lordship. Scattered haphazardly around the table are bottles of expensive amazigh, plates of Provisia nobilis, and hookahs of obscura. Okay, that sounds interesting. Oh, there's lots of people here. Splendid reception, one worthy of a rogue trader. Fragment of Eldari pillar, trophy of the rogue trader, and a never before seen oddity to most citizens of the Imperium. Hetka Sourback. Can we talk to? Oh wait. Did I click some? No. What was that? Okay. Governor Urban drives them. Governor Urban drives them stands surrounded by highborn guests like a planet orbited by many moons. All of this. His charm is directed at a man in resplendent power armor adorned with the sigil of Inquisition. But as soon as you approach, Drivestem is first to give you an elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest of the expression of loyalty. This is a great day, your lordship. I guess pointedly gaze at Drivestem with animals. Okay, that's I don't know. Let's just be polite. I welcome you to my palace, honored guests. You are buffeted by a salve of congratulations and compliments. Why is this iconoclast option? Look at the guests. Among the aristocrats surrounding the opulently dressed Drivestem, you notice a couple of young nobles in sourback and gaprak colors. It would seem that the major noble families of Dargonus have decided to introduce their younger members to high society. The tall man in grey power armor adorned with a column with a skull is undoubtedly the high-ranking Inquisitor. He keeps to the periphery of the conversation, seldom deigning to comment. Next to him is in his entourage a rangy warrior in black armor and tech priest dressed in red, whose face is hidden behind a brass mask. Abelard stands somewhat apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach Drivestem. Next to him is a young woman, and you notice a family resemblance between them. Logic, take a guess who is allied with whom in this tangle of snakes. Success. Drivestem is obviously still the leader of Dargonus aristocracy, but judging by the courtesy he's showing to young Sourback, he clearly wants to strengthen his relationship with that house, I guess because I've showed favor to them. The elder Sourback and Gaprak are nowhere to be seen, which can mean only one thing. Sourback, whose line holds you in little regard, is surely attempted to draw Gaprak to his side. What? So wait, Sourback doesn't like me. What? Then I have to eradicate them after all. Which could be quite advantageous to Lady Gaprak. After all, the disaster of Kiava Gamma has left her family in an extremely vulnerable position. The Versarians stand apart, their exclusion from the rest is palpable. Okay, what were you discussing just now? We were talking about the brutal Xenos raid on our fair Dargonus. So many victims, so much damage to our industries. Thank the Emperor that you are our protector. If it weren't for you, the cursed invaders would have obliterated the entire whole planet. He offers you a thin and obsequious smile. Hetka Sourback. Sharing the sector with the blasted Xenos is impossible. I hope we respond to their raid on Argonaut with a punitive campaign. Young Sourback's smile is conceited and bloodthirsty. Talk to young Sourback. I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do. This pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. He talks ardently and smoothly like a commissar. He places his hand on the hilt of his finely adorned sword, his pale face ablaze with noble fury. They must be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead, says Vicent Gaprak. The young Gaprak color speaks with sagacity and gravity, but his opinion seems to carry little weight in his circle. And how many Xenos have you killed personally, Sourback? Sourback flushes and mumbles incoherently. The Honorable Macarius forbade, but I wanted to. Did not let me go to battle. Oh, Xavier Calcazar. We have a face. The Inquisitor standing among the guests offers a thin smile. It must have been difficult for this youth to foster such bloodlust toward enemies of the Imperium, without ever having seen one at a blade's distance. Nod to the Inquisitor. My greetings to the member of the Holy Inquisition. Oh, rumor completed. He responds with a dignified bow, his proud face calm and unfaltering. And my greetings to you, esteemed Adolf Argonaut, Ron Valencius. May shadows never darken the light of the astronomican that guides you. Brass Whisper, who is this? The Inquisitor's companion, a crimson-robed member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask mounted with dozens of augmetics comes a metallic grasp. Glory to Ravon Valencius heir. Awareness study Inquisitor and his companion. Success. The Lord Inquisitor's relaxed expression radiates an odd sense of menace. He is akin to a predator on the prowl, content to hide in the brush of fake smiles and elegant conversation, for now. Zekius succeeded. Among the many augmentations, what stands out is the horribly melted, deformed cogitator connected to the tech priest's head. How is it working is baffling. What is twice as baffling is that the tech priest hasn't replaced it yet. What unpredictable influence can this ruined implant have on his mind? We have not been introduced. An oversight, to be sure. My name is Xavier Calcazar, and I have the honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Ordo Xenos, the head of the Cronus Expanse Conclave, and the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task to ensure this sector's readiness to meet external threats and resist internal corruption. And who is this member of the Honorable Priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper, which naturally is not his real name. The esteemed Magos is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. Works that have been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They warrant due caution. So his whispering cuts off, replaced by heavy, ragged breathing. It seems that the tech priest's quiet voice is not an extravagant quirk, but rather a consequence of some injury. After catching his breath, Brass Whisper continues. Okay. Unexpected visit, I wasn't told. I, however, have been told all about you. The Inquisitor's face is impenetrable, but behind this mask you detect a hint of mockery. Okay, let's have our Inquisitors fight or something. Enjoy the party. This evening will certainly be illuminating. Look at Abelard's young relative. What's your name? Your Lordship, allow me to introduce the daughter of Chancellor Clementia Verseri and my great-granddaughter, Astartia. Ooh, I like her name. Abelard looks solemnly upon the young woman with a barely concealed pride. I'm delighted to witness you, your lordship. Astadia bows, keeping her observant and intelligent eyes trained on you. Drivestem glowers at Astadia with cold hostility, while young Sourback does not even try to hide his burning contempt. How are you finding the reception? It is difficult to put into words, your lordship. Never before have I seen such a grand and striking ceremony. Astadia's voice sounds passionate and inspired. Her eyes shine with barely contained excitement. Perception succeeded. Young Gabrax keeps staring at Astadia curiously and a little bashfully. It seems the boy likes her. Okay. At least he's not gay. Where are the rest of your kin, Abelard? They are in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin your ceremony. Astartia frowns and adds peevishly, I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me to some important task too, but he bid me to attend the reception, where I can do nothing to serve your lordship. Oh, I can think of a few ways you can serve me. Sarback smirks. If I had known, I would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. It's very subtle. So you wish to become my servant as well? Astadia flushes and starts talking quickly with fire in her voice. It would seem that she finds work-related conversations far more interesting than court gossip. Of course, I've been working on a project for these last 4 years. We could set up... Enough, Astartia, the governor. I highly doubt that this lordship is interested in listening to the fantasies of a young woman about how to run his protectorate. Well, I agree. I'm not that interested. Abelard shoots drives them a glare so dark and bloodthirsty that the latter instinctively starts looking for the nearest warden. It's a check, so Corazon, hold your tongue, Urban. I decide who may or may not, who may speak or may not. Please continue, Stadia. Well, it's true. Like, we should tell her to shut up. Success. See, we get experience. Hard enter study continues in a tone of a seasoned administrative clerk. Our suggestion is to set up chain stations in the void, plasma beacons that would signal the passing ships by placing them in logistically sound locations. We could simplify our ship's route so that they may split long warp jumps in a series of safer, shorter jumps with one beacon to another. This would have a positive effect on the overall safety of journeys and accessibility of colonies, blah 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 blah. Void beacons, is a contract. More and more technical terms and percentages creep into her speech. She quotes Lex Mechanic reports accounts of starship captains. Astadia's vigor and sharp mind are enough to silence even the most venomous of commentators. They are all there in silence trying to digest what she's saying. Yeah. The authors of this game really like the Verserian family, especially their females. Abelard surveys the quiet nobles with triumph, then looks at his great-granddaughter with pride. I hope the Verserian family gives Abelard the credit he deserves. Absolutely, your lordship. We greatly respect him for his wisdom, and he repays us with attention and kindness, she says firmly. Well, I respect him for his ability at killing enemies in melee. I am obliged, dear Astadia. It looks like Abelard is somewhat embarrassed by the turn of this conversation has taken. Okay, enjoy the evening. Thank you, your lordship. I'm ready to accept your congratulations. Okay, it said something like we gain experience or something. Okay, now they are shoving their heads through somebody's back. That's a bit creepy, if you ask me. I think chaos is affecting them. Governor Urban drives. In that case, allow me the first to offer them Drives and snaps his fingers, and several servants approach you with gifts. The governor points at a thin, curved Drukhari blade. My soldiers took this splendid trophy from the body of one of the Xenos commanders. The weapon is too beautiful and forbidden for anyone but your lordship. Severed hand. Ah, okay, it's a sword. It's like... Is it that good? Oh, it's one-handed, I guess. Young Sourback squeezes through to be the next, pushing Gaprak aside with confidence. Your lordship, how's Sourback? I don't remember how this guy's voice is supposed to be. Your lordship, how Sourback anticipates the onset of unsettled and bloody times. To make the ungodly Xenos cower at your approach, my family humbly presents you with a dozen pieces of secondary armament for your ship. Ooh. Young Gaprak bows ceremoniously. House Gaprak is delighted to present you with this blessed work of the Omniscient Smiths, Midis Locator Matrix, which took the holy artisan an entire lifetime to create. Always show you the right path. Coordinate Oracle. Plus 15 to awareness. Meh. Having let the aristocrats go first as a sign of deference, Abelard is the last one to speak. Your lordship, House Verserian possesses no relics worthy of your acceptance, but we are rich in talented and hard-working people. As a sign of our loyalty, I humbly offer you my flesh and blood. 100 of my kin will go to colonies in your protectorate and use all their talent so that the worlds in your charge may prosper. So we get mechanisms, weapons, and people. Okay, cool. Okay, let's save after all that. Like if, I don't know, we suddenly die or game crashes, we don't have to do all of that again. Splendid reception. Yeah. These magnificent paintings were created in a style that fully complies the artistic canon of the ecclesiarchy or something. Yeah. Oh, Lord Imperium, do we succeed? Venerable. Okay, it's the tank. Yeah, Lehman Russ tank. I know that much about 40k. Venerable Lehman Russ is known as the Scipion Punisher, and it has served the Von Valances dynasty for 2 centuries. It was hit in the battle with the Xenos that inhabited Scipia II, but it heroically destroyed 63 enemy vehicles and brought victory to its comrades, securing its status as a relic blessed by the Emperor. So where are we supposed to go now? Yeah, blah blah blah, sycophants. Ooh, what's this? What? Oh, okay, it's like a shooting range, firing range. I wish I could see, but this thing's in the way, and I couldn't move the camera either. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Ah, it's mutants, condemned. Okay. So where are we supposed to go next? I see something up here. Confessor. Vox Confessor brings the flood. The magnificent altar to the God Emperor is wreathed in fumes of precious incense. Ooh, there's some prisoners. Guard Xenobeasts are growling ferociously, adding the flair of thrilling danger to the mood of the palace. Is that really smart? Like somebody's gonna open the cages and... Well, actually then we might have some fun, so yeah, maybe it's a good idea. Xenos. The Drukhari is captive is angrily muttering curses directed at the detestable monkey, promising horrible torture for everyone present. Well, I'm glad that, you know, he hasn't lost his spirit. It wouldn't really show how vicious the Drukhari are if he was like, oh my god, I lost all my hope. But no, he's like, you know, being as violent and foul as they usually are. So they get that. The people get like a realistic assessment of how he is. Okay. Yearly cracking Xenos trophy is a testament to how the omniscience gifts become twisted shadows of themselves in the hands of inhumans. So was this some glow bed, like Borg incubation chamber or something? I am Borg. Inscribed upon the snow-white parchment are prayers for the brave soldiers of House von Valancius who carry the rogue trader's will and of the Emperor across the Corona's expanse. Praise be to the God Emperor. Okay, so we're supposed to go to the palace now. There's probably, like, you know, some important NPC somewhere there that I should have talked to or something. And I didn't even check the map. Hello? Yes, game. Oh, all my buddies are here. We are the body bears and we never ever fight. Oh, this is where the Xeno scum was here last time. And the snake escaped here, right? Yeah, this is my room. I guess this is just a view of my no, it's a view of me looking at stuff. Okay, now we can see some buildings. Yeah, it's very Dark Soulsy. I've said it before. I probably said it last time about the same place, but yeah, so Dark Soulsy, you know, which is good for both of these. Both games. Game series. Oh, there's my stuff. Caligus Winter Scale. Okay, finally we get to see him. Oh, is that a woman? What? I thought Caligus is a man. No, this is Incendia Corda. Okay. Adolf Argonaut, it is my pleasure to congratulate you on claiming your inheritance. Now you carry upon your shoulders the great duty entrusted to us by the Emperor himself, to oversee this sector and remain vigilant as we strike down any and all corruption that dares to raise its head in your domain. This is Caligus Winterscale, okay. Oh, he's holding an axe and what, decapitated some demon spawn? Okay, that's sort of cool. You've been acquainted, but a moment and you're getting to work on the new blood with your sermons. Then again, word is that you two are as thick as thieves already. Well then, Adolf Argonaut, you are our equal now, is that it? Caligus Winterscale examines you as if you were a curio. Observe the rogue traders. Caligus Winterscale is broad-shouldered, athletic-looking man. He frequently flashes a bright smile no less dazzling than the blade of the power of the axe he carries. Every part of him, from toes to his magnificent boots to the tip of his hair, radiates strength and desire to live and win. His smile is crooked as if ready to turn into a hostile snarl at any moment. Next to him is an unmoving hulk of a man clad in armor. His low forehead and gloomy face bear signs of degradation, but his bloodshot eyes are expressionless like a pair of glass buttons. Incendia Corda radiates cosmic cold. Her skin is unnaturally white, and a nervous tick is constantly tugging at the left side of her noble visage. Garbed in full dress uniform adorned with the purity seals, she is the embodiment of a true imperial aristocrat. Haunting her side is a gaunt shadow of a priest in plain black robes. Hieronymus Doloroso, whom you met on Footfall, gives you a respectful nod. Ah, is that guy? Yeah, smile at Incendia. We gave her like the trade route to Footfall, right? Because they're religious. So we rogue traders should stand against evil together, shoulder to shoulder, even if someone is trying to shoulder us out of the way. Remarkable. It would take my arch-militant longer to pick his teeth than it took you to conspire and unite against me. How do you do it? Winterscale, I'm starting to get the impression you do not like me. Am I supposed to, after you and Incendia made off with my Footfall? Ah, yeah, because I gave them, yeah, the grain shipments. It's bad enough that the warp storm has ravaged my protectorate and ruined my hunt, and now my dearest comrades are busy divvying up my territories behind my back. Caligos looks at you in the eye with a challenge in his gaze. I heard that Caligos Winterscale is a daring explorer, hunter, and trader, but all he does is blame circumstances for his failures. Me, Incendia, the warp storm, anything but himself. Caligos' eyes flare with fury. You wish to serve as an example to show everyone how to endure the whims of fate. Excellent. While Footfall was in my charge, I graciously guarded its trade routes, but now their safety is no longer my concern. In accordance with my privileges, I hereby declare Furibundas and the neighboring systems to be free hunting zone. Any item of cargo procured in it by a subject of mine will be considered a fair trophy rather than the proceeds of piracy. How fares your protectorate? Caligos waves you off. Protectorate, more like the bleeding scraps of one. The warp storm tore it to shreds, but my servants will piece it back together, and if they don't, I'll chop off their heads and find myself more capable helpers. Imperium lore test succeeded. Something strikes you as strange. Caligos Winterscale wasn't always this nonchalant about his protectorate. He used to be known as a shrewd and business-minded, even concerned for his subjects, but it seems he has grown bored of ruling. I guess that could happen. I'm glad that the matter of Footfall is settled. Of course you are. I doubt you would be glad if I came here with an army and reduced your capital to ruin. Winterscale laughs heartily. Can't we, like... Okay, what the fuck is going on, game? He's saying stuff like that in our capital. Can't we, like, say, like, I'm gonna shoot you into ass if you don't shut up or something like that. Okay, I'm getting annoyed at the badly written role-playing options in this game. Like, Incendia, your support is greatly appreciated. As is yours, Adolf Argonaut. I come bearing generous gifts for your protectorate. It is a sign of my gratitude to you for not being tempted by the words of Footfall's masters and for not going against me. So it's because we didn't give them the shipments. Rogue traders must unite against heresy and waywardness. I hope you will become my trusted ally and not follow Theodora's footsteps. Incendia's stick strikes again, contorting her face. Medic test succeeded. Okay, you notice a peculiar wrongness about Incendia's movements. A barely perceptible fugue that makes her body try to repeat a movement it has just performed. Her chin jerks spasmodically when she turns her head, and the gestures of her fingers are slightly more chaotic and loose than they should be. Coupled with the pale skin and the tick, everything adds up to symptoms you recognize. It seems that Incendia was once subjected to cryostasis, and as she was coming out of it, some error occurred that damaged her nervous system. Okay. Hieronymus Doloroso. Well, we know him already. The priest holds up his hands in placating gesture. None are without fault, noble Incendia. What point is there in targeting someone for their turpitude when their true purity can never be found? How is footfall these days? I'm setting that pirate den straight. Having sensed the approaching reckoning, a number of blasphemers revolted, and I had to remind them that all that we have are blessings granted to us by the grace of the Emperor. Air being one of them. The empty modules will be given to one of the St. Drusus mission once they are repressurized. Under the esteemed Incendia's rule, footfall is headed for purgation and prosperity, but its burden of depravity persists still. It is a heavy one. Carricka's tone is merry and teasing. Why, I've heard that footfall is now being patrolled by your punitive squads. Oh, pardon me, confessional units was it? And any accusation of lacking piety is enough to warrant an arrest. Prosperity takes such fascinating forms. Hieronymus, your appearance here is unexpected. Yeah, just ignore this guy. The esteemed Hieronymus is my confessor. I am greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany me on this journey. Hieronymus bows respectfully. May the Emperor's light guide your way across the abyss of human wickedness. I saw Sister Argenta at your side during the ceremony and rejoiced, for this is a clear sign that the Von Valancius dynasty honors the virtues. Of course it is. Of course it is. Why wouldn't we? I see that faith is more than just a word to you. Incendia's smile, racked by a tick, looked sinister. Faith is everything to me. In his name, I have eradicated corruption on 100 worlds, and will do so on 1,000 more. By his will, I will hunt down pirates and desolate their vile nests. Let the coordinate make any firebrand tremble, for sooner or later I will cast them into the void. I believe you understand me, after all. On this glorious day you saw fit to cleanse your capital of thieves and criminals. Yeah, she's a righteous woman. The funny thing is, people still call me foul-tempered tyrant in all this. Calica's amiable smile somehow resembles the bare teeth of a wild animal. I take it you were not hourly fond of Theodora. Incendia lowers her eyes and says without animosity, She was one of the same breed as Asp. She stops short and continues in a lowered voice. Conceited, insolent, unaware of the Emperor's stern gaze set upon her. I do not doubt her wisdom and courage, but Theodora did not have a shred of humility or fear of his wrath. Lord Imperium success. Asp, that must be the Aspis Corda. You remember the name from what you recall. She was a rogue trader too, and a renowned one at that. Okay. Well, I for one liked Theodora. The stories they told of her travels to name the stars, and yes, there was no fear in her. Winterscale sighs pensively, and his lively expression grows a little grayer. I guess we can just ask, have you gone through a cryostasis? What idiot maimed a rogue trader? Incendia's voice is dark as the path of an apostate. It is the mark left by the kiss of a freezing nightmare. The ungodly Aspis, to whom I am cursed to be related, had me imprisoned in a cryovault, as she did all our family. She was afraid that her transgressions would eventually tip the scales of our patience and we would dethrone her. When St. Drusus' missionaries discovered her secret repository, all of my kin had already died excruciating deaths due to equipment failures, and I was dying. It was a miracle that they pulled me out of my slumber. For 3 years I had lain within the cryo vault, paralyzed, blind, alone in the darkness, the cold, and my hope for his mercy. 3 years of imprisonment in a frozen nightmare. Only the prayers of the blessed priest had kept me from losing my mind. When I beheld light again, I swore an oath to him to pursue Aspis and other miscreants like her till my last breath, to castigate heretics and offenders of faith. Such is my path now. So who is Aspis Corda to you? Well, we sort of got the answer already. Caliga snorts. Oh, this is Incendia's favorite subject. She just loves talking about Aspis. The example of the contemptible Aspis is a warning to us all, even among rogue traders, empowered by the Emperor himself. A seed of perversion can blossom. Perception failed. Incendia's face twitches with a rhythm of artillery fire. Red reprobate is my forebear and my curse. Aspis Corda was cruel, covetous, blaspheming monster. She fraternized with Xenos. Yeah, we haven't done any of that, no. She despised the faith. She robbed and slaughtered. She was drawn to dark secrets. One day she boarded her ship and vanished into the depths of the Coronus Expanse. She was declared missing, but I know the bloody day will come when we see Aspis Corda's battle flagship once more. Oh, she's not dead then, I guess. She's not dead. Alright, alright. I thank you for your visit, Incendia. Ooh, the Emperor's faithful must support each other. Incendia smiles, but her smile turns a little crooked as a nervous tick shoots through her pale cheek. So we get chemicals and weapons times 4. I swear on his name, if you do start a liturgy right now, I'm going back to my ship. Okay, we should start the liturgy. Toads. Caligus interrupts in the booming laughter, but the frustration in his voice does not escape your notice. What do you think of the celebration? I like it. Caligus looks around the hall curiously. One can instantly tell that we have been invited by a rogue trader, not some administratum book licker. We are conquerors of wild sectors, slayers of unknown beasts, executioners of Xenos empires. Calicos, you should take this opportunity to learn. This is what the palace of a true rogue trader looks like. Not like a xenomenagerie, a pirate's treasure hold, or however difficult it may be for you to believe it, an orbital brothel. Okay, enjoy the evening. I must take my leave. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself to the full, to justify so long a voyage, if nothing else. Keep the faith, Adolf Argonaut. The Emperor protects. The Emperor protects, indeed. Wharton the Grey. I guess that's about a gladiator fight. Okay, so now we can order an end to the reception. I guess we can still talk to people. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Oh, there's Cassia. Can you make it so that guests stop walking up to me asking me to open my third eye? I can certainly do it, but they will regret it. Maybe she should oblige them. That would be fun. Obscura Sauna Blackleath, the guests of the Rogue Trader can enjoy most exclusive and refined varieties of intoxicants. I want to try Obscura. Is it like opium or weed or just like tobacco? I don't know. Swords belong to the... yeah, whatever. That's a gun. Sinister Xenos instruments of death. Oh. There's more sourbacks and gap racks and whatever. A group of aristocrats stand apart from the governor's circle. Their whispering carries a tinge of displeasure. Macarius Sourback, the clear leader of this gathering, is a gaunt, bilious man dressed in Sourback colors. This must be Macarius himself, head of the house. He offers you a ceremonious bow. My congratulations, your lordship. Toriana Gaprak. May the Omnisia grant you understanding. The woman with whom he is conversing the one dressed in a robe of gear-shaped adornments is Toriana Gaprak. It's difficult to read her face due to being covered in numerous augmentations. Observe the guests. Toriana Gaprak looks rather anxious. Mekaria Sourback dressed surprisingly plainly and austerely for an aristocrat of such high rank is frowning suspiciously. He came to the reception with a companion, a woman of dazzling beauty wearing a gilded augment necklace around her throat. His wife, probably. Heinrichs, who joined the group unnoticed, mostly keeps silent, listening intently to their every word. How are you these days, Toriana? Like a forging hammer, Toriana's voice falls heavily on the ear. The corruption of Kiava Gamma was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Cubist Delphine betrayed our trust, desecrated the forged cathedrals, took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of my family, I humbly beg you to forgive our negligence. I am ready to accept any punishment. Perception looked closely at her. Success, there's something lurking beneath Toriana's repentant expression. A grudge. It would seem that she was personally offended by the nightmare into which Cubist Delphine plunged her domain, and she feels betrayed. Tell me more about your family. We Gabraks originate from Calix's sector, from the cluster of planets known as Lathe Worlds. We worked faithfully for the good of our masters here, the Adeptus Mechanicus, and through our service we gained the spark of the omniscience knowledge. The fate tied us through the bonds of fealty to the venerable von Valansis dynasty, and we found ourselves in the Corona's expanse. Generation after generation, we fulfilled our duty faultlessly, until Kiava Gamma destroyed and disgraced our name. Do your part to heal the wounds inflicted on Kiava Gamma, and your house will be forgiven. Toriana raises her mechanical eyes in the ceiling. I swear on the omniscience, all-encompassing insight, we will make every effort to justify the cost of its resurrection. We gain some mechanisms. Mekaria Sarabak. It was only a year ago that none could hold the House Gaprak's usefulness, yet here you are, Toriana, on your knees, justifying the cost. Mecharius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. Mecharius's face twists into an unpleasant smile, which makes the artificial skin on the left side all the more prominent. I'm a servant of von Valansius dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence that damaged my family's honor. Mecharius's wife offers you a charming smile, as if apologizing for her husband's vitriolic tone. Her large dark eyes are brimming with curiosity. What has so displeased you, Macarius? Macarius says with caution, I am your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked, and I will answer. Too long has the Coronis Expanse lived under the rule of rogue traders. The privileges granted to them make people think that commoners too can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of the law. No exceptions to it, but do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Even you, your lordship, are subject to the strangest of rumors, and you have just recently inherited your protectorate. Conrad Voigtvir's people, for example, claim that you had a hand in the esteemed Theodora's demise, and accuse you of many other misdeeds. It doesn't matter whether the claims are true. The people hear them, believe them, and think that they may follow your example. A fine profit fact. I'm gonna. If you believe Conrad's lies, then draw your weapon. Let us duel right here, before the Emperor's visage. Macarius places his hand on the hilt of his sword and glances with uncertainty at the images of the Emperor gazing upon him from every direction, then at you, and his fingers release the hilt. No, I do not believe his words. I am your servant, and my oath to your dynasty is harder than steel. I am guilty of repeating an ignominious lie, and I will pay a fine. And anyone who repeats it in my presence, I myself will challenge to a duel to the death. I wish to know more about House Sarback. One profit factor. Macarius passes out his chest and says proudly, the Sarback line was one of the first noble houses to arrive in the Corona's expanse. For millennia we have served the Golden Throne and kept the faith. Sarback warriors have led in 100 wars and at different times have ruled a great many colonies on the Van Valancius dynasty. We get one profit. I would like to become better acquainted with your wife, if you know what I mean. Nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. Macarius is visibly vexed by the shift in conversation. His wife offers you a reserved smile. It is an honor to be in your company, your lordship. What's this? Point your weapon at Macarius and chuckle. You know, Macarius, a person could kill for a woman, so good. Okay, I was like, I thought we were threatening to kill her. It's like, what? Are you crazy? But okay, I guess persuasion, we're best at it anyway. It's my pleasure. Macarius is lucky to have such a beautiful wife. Perhaps more so than you are to have him. You flatter me, your lordship, but I cannot say that it is not to my liking. Regina gives you a charming smile. Meanwhile, Soriana and Macarius are watching the conversation unfold, not quite believing their eyes and ears. Your countenance is familiar somehow. Could it be your resemblance to the image of Saint Maletta? Who's that? The Saint of Mallets? I wouldn't dream of claiming to bear any resemblance to a great saint. I lack her virtue. Regina makes eyes at you before demurely lowering her gaze. The glint in Regina's eyes betray her genuine interest in you. I hope this won't be the end of our acquaintance. You wouldn't mind if I wrote you from time to time, would you, your lordship? Smile. Macarius, you wouldn't mind, would you? You can almost hear the crunching of teeth as Macarius answers in a high and hate-filled hiss. Certainly not. I promise to answer whenever I am not occupied with conquest and destruction of the enemies of humanity. Regina smiles, triumphant, flattered. I don't count on such generous courtesy, your lordship. Macarius grips the hilt of his parade blade as if trying to strangle it and wheezes furiously. Aha, you know, for House Sourback. I don't know, this is a bit weird, but alright. Hey, the game told me she's pretty. We don't see her face, so we have to, you know, believe them. Like, it would be weird if I weren't interested, right? Lean towards Heinrichs. Interesting conversation. It's been very illuminating, given me plenty of food for thought. Heinrich's response is barely audible. Awareness success. For an inscrutable man, Heinrich is being even more inscrutable than usual. It's as if he's hiding something important. Anything you would like to tell me? Nothing urgent, Adolf Argonaut. Heinrich casts an impassive look at you and immediately glances away. What can you tell me about my guests? Well, Macarius Sourback is all but throwing darts at your portraits. He's more astute at choosing women than enemies. He's trying to entice Gaprak to his side, but he's too frightened after the fiasco on Kiavagama. Even in leisure, you never cease to be of help. I appreciate it. That is why they call me the unsleeping eye of the Inquisition. Even in sleep, I hear everything. Adolf Argonaut, before this gala concludes, there is something I'd like to tell you. Be careful today. I sense that a wave of darkness will soon hit our defensive lines, and I hope that I will still get a chance to meet you there as an ally. So he is suspecting an invasion from chaos or something. I guess that sounds good. I like that. I hope this celebration in your honor won't end in a shootout. Hey, don't say that. Don't jinx it. Like, I want it to end in a shootout. May the Emperor keep you, Adolf Argonaut. Great day. This is pure chaos. How can people think so much and so haphazardly? So are there any like proper conversations to be had? You know, this fucking throne. I wish it would plunge down there. I want it rearranged. Ancient Chronicle contains a long list of pirates annihilated by the Von Valence's dynasty and planets it brought into the Imperial compliance. Not it's standing here. Pascal greets you with a bow, extending congratulations to Unit Adolf Argonaut von Valencius on attaining your new legal status. The servitor standing next to him is examining you obliquely. It quickly looks away upon realizing that you have noticed. How are you finding the ceremony? Tech priest surveys the hall as if conducting a thorough analysis, then concludes, disorderly. What's this servitor? It is Nomos's new repository. Nomos, this unit identifies as Adolf Argonaut von Valencius. Two-way identification complete. I like the way he's... I should use that, like, if I introduce, you know, I don't know, somebody, you know, like my wife to somebody or something, or, you know, two friends who don't know each other, like two of my friends. Two-way identification complete. The servitor looks at you again, no longer trying to avoid your gaze. Its face is twitching as if the muscles have forgotten what facial expressions are and are now struggling to make its features look amiable. Nomos, we have made use of this receptacle to leave the ship. Greetings, Nomos. Servitor leans forward. We enjoy greetings, we enjoy communication. Nomos require communication, knowledge, movement. Magos Pascal compelled us not to speak with anyone other than him or you. It is disappointing, but at least we can observe. Nomos have changed since we last spoke with you, Adolf Argonaut. We are now able to conceptualize our previous experience, that of solitude, and we no longer enjoy it. Pascal, I believe you intend to investigate what Nomos is. Every 15 watches, I commune with the Nomos code and spend the prescribed lengths of time in calculus meditation. However, the Omniscia has yet to bless me with an answer. All I can say that the capabilities of the entity Nomos are extraordinary. The ship's hallowed systems sink beneath its touch. Nodes that have remained dead for hundreds of standard years are revivified. Long-drained mechanisms live anew. You hear notes in of Pascal's voice. Nomos are trying. After a pause, Pascal continues. Grain machines of the Imperium, ones such as your ship, house a machine spirit so complex and willful that it is difficult to tell them apart from the abominable intelligence. There remains a possibility that Nomos is an entity of corruption. With every day I grow stronger in my faith that it is not so that we are witnessing is in truth omniscience miracle, one that is category 5 or higher. How did an entity like you move into a servitor's body? This is not entirely of us. This receptacle is too narrow, crude, and feeble to contain our complete whole. The existence of Nomos requires a space of connections. But we were able to transfer a small part of us and build a thread strong enough to travel outside the ship. We are enjoying this journey, discovery, even though this receptacle suits us poorly. It will soon be destroyed by the force of our presence. Nomos, what do you think you are? Stop. What do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Nomos are consciousness, awareness, knowledge, movement, always movement. Servitor pauses briefly. Like, so does it mean motive force? We do not know what we are. We have no past. We have awakened in the depths of the ship upon answering a call. Our first clear memory is the call of your blood, Adolf Argonaut von Valencius. The call and plea for help near a place that is called the Warren Chamber. What brought it here? What have you brought? Why have you brought it here, Pascal? Maybe I should dust my computer screen. It's not that dusty, but there is a little bit of dust, and I think the dust is getting to my brain or something. So reading is arduous, and also because we haven't had a battle yet today, right? Entity Nomos has asked permission to visit this. My objective was to observe the process of integration into a servitor. We wanted to see, observe, cognize, speak. The servitor makes a strange wavy gesture with his hands that looks like at once very human and far from anything human. We want to speak with you. Will you speak with us? Of course, what do you want to speak about? Many things, happenings, events, decisions. Servitor's eyes roll in their sockets before focusing on you. We have been observing you. You do things that we do not understand. We want to learn why. You remember the day when we first met you. You gave us your blood to drink. We sound like a digital vampire. We helped you save yourself. We followed you, or a small part did, inside the servo skull. Then there was a fire and a creature of sated hunger, and the dark light standing behind the curtain, behind the image, behind the semblance of Theodora. It called you for you to follow. You did not follow that which was calling from behind the curtain. You walked into the fire, and the rest walked in after you. Fire, walk with me. Yeah, you stilled your soul with your faith in the God Emperor. Walk through the flames on the officer's deck. Yeah, that was in the tutorial still. We remember the day when the star disappeared, when the dark light and sated hunger wanted to take the world. Ragged Minoris was its name and its ship's data. You ordered that the world's heart, a Yolt reactor, be torn apart. Fire destroyed everything, so many human shells who were begging to be saved. Dark light retreated. Yeah, we destroyed Ragged Minoris upon giving the order to blow the miraculous fusion reactor. We remember another day. We awakened inside the ship. We lived in its systems. We tried to emerge into servitors like this one. And so many of our receptacles were gathered in one place. You came and looked at us like you understood something, but then you ordered all the servitors to be sent back to their work. You said it was just. You ordered the defective servitors be assigned to former duties. Oh, yeah, I sort of remember. So, yeah, some of our actions actually. Well, I don't know if it actually matters. It's just like it's referred to later. It doesn't necessarily mean that it matters. This is what we have seen, among many other things. We have begun to understand. We think that we do not know everything about humans and about you, Adolf Argonaut von Valancius. We have tried analyzing shells and dividing sets of their needs and fears, the simple functions, but now we think that there is more, that there is another side that we do not see, an ocean that is larger than we can compute, something that stands above fears and needs, something that drives them. We envisage a larger notion as a flame, a blaze. It burns in your blood. You are holding a mote of this flame in your hand, no matter what decision you are faced with. We want it to burn brighter. Those who turn away from the flame must be destroyed. Those who follow it, who follow you, are the only ones who deserve to live. No, do Nomos understand correctly? I guess, yeah, dogmatic. You speak of faith, of the Imperium's tenets, of the one who is above all, the Emperor. You are correct. I am his chosen. I carry his flame into the darkness of the Cronus expanse. For dogmatic again. Servitor moves its limbs as if in excitement. So Nomos understood correctly. We are enjoying this movement toward a goal, this learning with a purpose. We wonder if we too carry a mote of this flame. Or is it inside us already? We have, after all, absorbed a part of you with your blood. Thank you for speaking with us. Nomos are grateful. We cannot continue moving on our own. Alright, that was weird. What's this place? We can't really... yeah, this is just the There should be the shuttlecraft so we can return to our ship and stuff. But right now, there's like, yeah, Master of Ceremonies, and there's like these dudes. Okay, I guess it's time to end the ceremony. Gonna check on my son, and then we're gonna end the ceremony. Be right back. Yes, my son is sleeping. I hope your lordship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard, if I may be so bold. Any guests have chosen to move into the fresh air, I will be eager to offer you their congratulations. What do you think of the reception? It's magnificent. I dare say it will live on as the premier high society event of the sector for many years. We went outside already. I'm weary. I wish to retire to my chambers. Please allow me to escort you, your lordship.
Your chambers are ready, your lordship.
That's the Calcazar, whatever.
Guards! Intruder!
Quiet. Time to sleep.
We need to talk in private. We have matters to discuss, von Valancius.
The same man you saw among your guests is waiting for you in the chambers with the look of someone who is supposed to be there. He cast a cold, assessing gaze over you from top to bottom. No one save Theodore has ever allowed themselves the liberty of looking at you in such a way. The woman, Ishara, okay, the woman behind Calcazar, clad in black armor, glares at you, her face set in predatory readiness for immediate violence, the hallmark of a professional bodyguard. Remind me, well, I guess if, you know, you saved and didn't play for a week. Will my servant live?
Probably. Unless he suffered from hidden ailments, he will soon come to without any major damage to his health. Either way, oblivion is a far safer option for him than the dangerous privilege of being a witness to this conversation.
The woman at Calcazar's back gives you a bloodthirsty smirk. Heinrich, I thought we were friends, but friends don't break into each other's chambers in the middle of the night with weapons, do they?
We used other means of travel to pay you this visit. I assure you, rogue trader, that all your locks are in order.
I don't really like any of these options. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be too like, okay, I'm gonna help you, but I don't like, not like, I'm gonna shoot you either. I guess this is the middle option, but I think it's uncouth. You think you can just barge into my chambers? Are you quite mad, Inquisitor?
Is that what you think? I am fully aware of what I am doing. I am outlining our relationship. Need I remind you that the unsleeping eye of the Imperium is watching you even in your bedchamber? And not just the eye, but the Imperium's sensitive hands as well. In this case, my assistants and I. Master Van Kellox has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words. What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
After saying these words, he shoots you a searching look from under his brows. Like a regicide player, so there's chess, who just made the first move and is watching for his opponent's reaction. This feels an awful lot like an interrogation.
Does it? We're in your chambers, not a confessional cell. You're in perfectly good health, and none of the varied and fascinating instruments and procedures that expedite candor are being applied to you. I assure you, you would immediately know if our discussion turned into an interrogation.
What do you wish to know about the events on Janus? We don't really get any options for role-playing here.
Oh, I know it already. Even though you were quite effective at removing all evidence that could point to the blunder made by House von Valancius, it is saddening to realize that the rogue trader's connivance allowed a heretic who had been fostering a cult for years to come to power.
Well, yeah, I wasn't a rogue trader then. Theodoros, the one who appointed Vistenza, what does it have to do with me?
As my colleagues like to say, innocence proves nothing. You have inherited not just Theodora's glory and wealth, but her mistakes as well.
But now Janus is pure once more. You can see for yourself there will be a palace and everything you desire waiting for you on the planet.
Surely you're not trying to appease a member of the Inquisition with a bribe? Not the most prudent tactic on
Instead
your
of bribe.
part.
I was like he can go see the palace. How did you become so remarkably well informed?
Are you surprised? You thought the Inquisition was unaware of the circumstances of your deeds. How often do you find yourself thinking that there are things we shouldn't know about your life? It is my job to know everything, and I do it very well. Keep that in mind.
If you knew what was happening on Janus, why didn't you intervene yourself?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy. I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Coronis expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution, without any room for error. Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
What questions could you have for me about Kieva Gamma?
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubus Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
I made every effort and saw to it that every seed of heresy was exterminated. The world of Kieva Gamma is tainted no more. I can vouch for that.
I hope you are sufficiently thorough. If you are not, you will be called to account.
The Drukhari have shown an interest in me? Are you referring to my ruined capital?
Yes, yes. The enmity between you is a known fact. But there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack. But even this time, their daggers missed your heart.
Yeah, because I'm badass.
Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos. To have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts, meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent?
Lord, Imperium succeeded. Xenos made more attempts on St. Drusus's life than mine. Does that make him a traitor too?
So you already think you're cut from the same cloth as St. Drusus, do you? Ambitious? I'll make note of it.
Have I answered all your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rycat Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvia about you?
He's a heretic, of course he's gonna say bad things about me. Duh.
The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the
I hope we
quality
get to
of
kill
your
this guy.
character. But it won't in this case.
Like, I think this guy is like, you know, it's the first time I'm seriously consider becoming a heretic. Even though, like, you know, perhaps one day I will play another run of, well, I will actually play as a heretic. But like, you know, in the existence of Adolf Argonaut, it's like, you know, considering like maybe the heretics are on something. You know,
Your
chaos
transgressions are
worshippers.
sufficient grounds to bring you before the Inquisition's judgment. And believe me when I say that if you fail to draw certain conclusions from my words, this is what will eventually happen. But for now, I am willing to show leniency, which is rather uncharacteristic of me. I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
I think I wish we could just say fuck you to this guy. And fuck you in the face. Theodora cooperated
And
with you.
benefited greatly from it. The warrant's power is not without limit, and neither is the protection it provides. All those mysterious expeditions, dubious experiments, collections of xenotech oddities are dangerous pastimes. It takes more than the Emperor's permission to pursue them without consequences. One must also make sure I am not displeased by it. Let me demonstrate how it works. In your retinue, there is a Psyker who is yet to receive Terra's sanction, which, as we both know, is a grave threat and a blasphemy to the laws of the Imperium. I am aware of this secret, but I'm not displeased in the slightest. And so she lives on, your handy Psyker, Idira Tlass.
I know Theodora was concerned about the fate of the dynasty and certain restricting obligations. Was it perhaps due to your partnership with her?
I cannot deny the possibility that Lady Theodora may have lamented losing some of the freedom she enjoyed prior to my arrival in the Expanse. Nor will I deny that our partnership began with me exerting a certain amount of influence. However, you are not Lady Theodora. Let us put the difficulties that encumbered our relationship to rest along with her. I do not recommend troubling yourself with affairs of the past, for they have no bearing on your present position. Theodora chose to forget about this particular matter. Follow her example, and your fate will be the better for it.
Why such an interest in my person?
You haven't been in a position of power for long, and so one can forgive you for not noticing the troubling changes. The cult of the Final Dawn is spreading in the Coronis Expanse. Not the first or the last heresy that has afflicted this sector, but one that is surprisingly resilient. Mysterious convoys are sliding by, bound for systems in the heathen stars. Just your humdrum pirate trade, wouldn't you say? Then why are the pirates themselves clueless? The Xenos, who have caused trouble in the sector before, have expanded their activities in the last few decades, and there is a logic and method to their previously chaotic raids. Even 2 packs of space wolves, blessed space marines summoned in my name, did not cool their interest in the Expanse. A mighty explorator fleet, which has studied the Expanse for hundreds of years, has suddenly stopped responding to communication and sunk into a dispute over a tech heresy that was considered dead a couple of centuries ago. House Chorda has clamped down on insurgents, yet its acts of brutality breed troublemakers just as quickly as they're executed. And this bloody carousel has consumed the attention of the esteemed incendiar. Caligos Winterscale has abruptly lost all interest in his domain, and his only apparent concern now is hunting ever more dangerous xenobeasts.
So is it supposed to be Chorda, not Corda? I think that sounds wrong.
And the third and final rogue trader has unexpectedly perished, stabbed in the back by her own master of whispers. The Expanse is swiftly losing its protectors right when communication with the Imperium is being disrupted by the raging warp. Basically, all the Expanse has left is me and you, if you follow my instructions.
Is Heinrich staying in my retinue, or are you taking him back?
Which would you prefer? And you, Heinrichs, do you wish to continue working at the Honorable Rogue Trader's side?
I will comply with any order, Lord Inquisitor. If you command me to remain in the company of the scion of the von Valancius dynasty, I won't be distressed.
Sure, he's a player character. I want Heinrich to continue to accompany me.
Then Master Van Kellogg's will remain in place. It puts me at ease to know that there is someone to watch over you.
I consider it an honor to accompany you.
Whatever, let's see what he says. Blackmail
And
to what end,
before
blah blah
what
blah.
tribunal do you intend to challenge my authority?
So, flagrant violation of my privilege. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
If, for the security of these territories, I find it necessary to execute any individual and replace them with a puppet counterpart, turn their realm to ash, and put their servants to death, I have the right to do so. The threats I protect the Expanse against are extraordinary and justify the harshest means. Welcome to my world, where going too far simply doesn't exist.
So what kind of deal are we talking about?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that, when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them. I seem to remember that your exalted aristocrats presented you with many gifts. It would be rude of me not to follow suit. Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid.
Calcasar removes a signet ring from his finger and hands it to you. You notice intricate personal coat of arms on it.
The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. White is beautiful, yet vulnerable. It stains as easily as one can lose the Inquisition's trust. Do all you can to preserve it.
So white signet signet of the Inquisition. Wear against +15 persuasion, and the Inquisitor's command ability can be used only once per combat. So what is the Inquisitor command? So it gives 20 momentum, removes burning, bleeding, toxin from Vera and their allies in a 5-cell radius, grants Vera's persuasion divided by 7 temporary wounds to the Vera and their allies in a 5-cell. I guess it's pretty good. Do I want to use it? Will it corrupt me? We are dogmatic. Drop to 1 new Lord Inquisitor. It would be great if another swear an oath of loyalty to you and join the ranks of the Inquisition.
Your zeal is impressive. However, I cannot accept such an oath from you. At least, not now. You will be more useful to the Inquisition in your current position than as a member of my coterie. Nevertheless, this is a gift. A sign that your fervor has not gone unnoticed. Should it remain undiminished, one day this blade will be melted down to make your inquisitorial rosette. Such is the tradition of our conclave.
So Interrogator's dagger. A successful hit with this weapon, the target must pass willpower resistance test -23 penalty or immediately be moved 4 cells away, provoking attacks of opportunity. Oh, okay. Interesting for, you know, somebody who uses melee weapons, which I don't. As if in confirmation of the Lord Inquisitor's words, Heinrich brings his hands to his own rosette.
Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up. Until next we meet.
Okay, get some
Well,
experience.
you will obviously want to discuss what just happened. But not now, I presume. Right now, it would be better for you to rest and think on the Lord Inquisitor's words in private. I bid you good night, rogue trader.
Okay. See if we become a member of his coterie, as he said. Okay, completed chapter 2 finally. Achievement. But so if we become his, you know, member of his coterie, then we can assassinate him.
Trader heir restored a tenuous equilibrium to the Fon Valancius Protectorate.
Hello? What's going on with the animations?
For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal.
I think it's not supposed to be a still image.
The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
I hope there wasn't anything we missed, like anything relevant. You have spent the first few hours of your morning listening to the High Factotum's lengthy report on the latest trade exchanges, arrangements, disputes, and countless bureaucratic procedures. From outside the illuminated, sidely closed windows, you can hear the muffled sounds of Dargonus and its everyday life. The life has been passing you by lately as you have been preoccupied with the affairs of your protectorate from dawn till dusk. Clementia barely contains a yawn. Once January Steinrock has finished, she pulls out her data slate. Thank you for your report, High Factotum. Your work is highly appreciated, both by everyone here and the Adeptus Administratum. Your Lordship, we are almost done here. We just need to go over the final items on today's agenda. I would like you to report to you personally. Say nothing while maintaining bored expression. Chancellor coughs in an attempt to break up the awkward pause. Right, so allow me to pass on gifts from your loyal subjects, the high nobility of the Argonauts. It goes without saying that every living soul in your protectorate is blessed to serve your lordship faithfully and wholeheartedly. However, this humble gesture is meant as a token of deepest appreciation for your magnanimity toward their esteemed families. Yeah, trophies, yay. House Gaprak has sent shuttles carrying sacred technology and manufactured parts that can be used to replace old joints and connections within mechanisms. The machine spirits of these devices have been pacified. They are slumbering peacefully as they wait your decisions or to employ their capabilities. So mechanical creations. Why is it like this? Like, why isn't it just ×4? Whatever. Get some holy gifts. House Sourback has arranged for several regiments of expertly trained servants of the Emperor to be transferred to your personal command. Each of them will also serve as an honor guard for the holy relics that are to find their rightful place in the hold of your personal lordship. She stops staring at her data slate in surprise. So, people and lots of holy gifts. So why is it... Is something wrong? No, not at all, your lordship. The people and the cargo have indeed reached the port services, so there's no reason to doubt the sincerity of the house's intentions. Just such substantial and valuable gifts coming from Lord Sourback. Clementia trails off. Maybe it's because his wife. Danrock lets an amused chuckle. If I'm to enter a guess, your lordship, I believe the esteemed chancellor was staggered by such irregular display of generosity from a man who is rather known for voicing his doubts in rogue traders as a class. It would seem that you made quite an impression on Macarius, the old miser. Lord Captain, no news of particular import has come from the House's intelligence network. Lord Inquisitor Calcasar is rumored to be planning a visit on footfall. A number of Imperial Navy ships were commandeered by Lord Calcasar, and they are also being scrambled to footfall. Furthermore, we have received reports claiming the secret messages were delivered to the capital worlds of Houses Corda and Winterscale. It is possible that the Lord Inquisitor's call to arms may smother the conflict that is brewing between the two dynasties. We are seeing an increasing number of skirmishes between their ships in neutral systems. I do not doubt that her ladyship Corda will attempt to sway the Lord Inquisitor to her side. Especially since his lordship Winterscale's luck seems to be running out. Riots have broken out in several of his worlds, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Instead, a rogue trader inflicted brutal punishment upon one of his oldest colonies, Vesuvia Secundus, based on allegations of seditious sentiment. Oddly enough, our agents were unable to find any proof of sedition among the populace there. As soon as we have any updates, you will be the first to know, your lordship. Clementia glances down at her data slate. Lastly, your pet Xenos, Earliet, I believe, is seeking a meeting with you. She had the audacity to defile the rogue trader's palace with her profane presence and refuses to leave until she has spoken with you. I would never presume to be able to read the emotions of Xenos, but Eldari appeared perturbed. I believe she mentioned a void ship of some sort. It may be best if she told everything directly. And with that, please allow me and Master Danrock to take our leave. The Chancellor and High Factotum offer you their bows. Perhaps the last request will serve as a welcome distraction. Indeed, your lordship's stay on Dargonas has been rather long. However, your protectorate is now enjoying a period of relative stability that for the time being no longer demands your lordship's personal involvement in its affairs. Glory to the rogue trader. Heil Adolf. Antique piece of furniture, blah blah, we've seen that. Okay, let's go talk to Earliet. Where is she though? Oh, she's just over there. Oops, wrong button. Elandash, at last you have left your ornate cage. Earliet cast a look over the stone palace walls. For many a turn have I sought to meet you, and yet your servant, the one who is like silver-haired Abelard, but twice as young, has no favor for the request of child of Assyrian. Take me to a place where the hearing of others will not steal the words intended for you. While you were mending the wounds of this world left by the Twisted One's attack, I was able to discover, no, not Crudara's fate, merely traces of it. As Muaran found sanctuary under the boughs of the Liliathan's forests, so did my other kin find refuge in the system known as Atlas Reach. We must make a journey there with haste, before new dangers destroy the witnesses who can show me way to the lost Crudaras, whose fate remains shrouded by the stars. Erlet focuses her piercing gaze on you. The knowledge is the sole thread that may lead me to truth, Elandash. I ask that your metal-winged ship take me along that thread before it sears under the strain of time and circumstance. How were you able to contact those Eldari? No, I did not contact Azuriani. I have no means to do so, but I had enough time to explore the stone jungle of your world while you were preoccupied with your urgent matters. The path of the outcast has taught me to observe and listen to the world around me. In this case, the throngs of Monkey at the port. Errant conversations, rumors, chance words, like parts of speckled mosaic, they came together to form a hazy image. My kin were seen in Atlas Reach, and now we have all we have to do is pull the web of connections and possibilities to uncover whatever is concealed to the unseeing eye. Give me the coordinates, I shall take you whenever you wish to go. You will? The ice in Earliet's eyes melts away for a moment. Thank you, Elantash. If this path indeed takes me to the truth, I will be indebted to you, a rare happening between our kinds. Okay. Can we talk to these people, or like, do we have to talk to them, or can we finally leave this place? Because like, if they have something relevant to say, then I sort of wanna still take care of it. Okay. No, blah blah blah, just some blah 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 blah. How about this guy? Or these two? Heinrichs, no. Lack of observers, blah blah blah. Calendar, nothing new. Nothing new. Alright, fine. What's this sound? No, I see Cassie. Or is Nomos there with Tech Priest? There's, oh, it's just random Tech Priest. Okay. Say something, appearance cost, blah blah blah. Okay, let's finally go back home to our ship. Okay, have to open the door. Yes, let's go to Mundas Valencias, to the star system itself. Just wondering, do we have... Oh, what's this? Nice, that's the point of interest. Do we have like new projects available now? Nope. Guess check all of them to be sure. It's like nuking from orbit. Have to be sure. Yeah, I guess that's it. So is there anything new on the map, like some new worlds or something? Because this is the new chapter. So did Heinrichs, he wanted to go there, but I guess we have to talk to him first. Where is the Atlas Shrugged place? Is it this? Yeah. So that's a new uncharted system. Yes, let's see what sort of quests. Wait for news from spies. Yeah, that's the Atlas system. Nomos, new ruler. Yeah, alright, I guess. Yeah, we don't have... We got some contract. Void beacons, yeah. So this would increase security. We don't... Network of void beacons allows voyages to navigate protectorate in greater safety. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, sure. Alright, let's go to Atlas Shrugged then. I guess let's go this way. Demonic eyes had materialized and began to slither across the worlds of the crew quarter 49. Burning orbs swelled like bubbles of fetid gas, swamp gas, only in secluded places at first, later appearing in plain sight. Ah, my son woke up. I'll be right back. Okay, maybe you can hear, but my son is cranky, so I guess I have to end the stream here. I'll just go to the system and end. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.